Today we are going to study government budget and economy. Its objectives are government budget, meaning, objectives and components. Measure of government deficit, revenue deficit, fiscal deficit, primary deficit, their meaning and implications. What is government budget? It is an annual financial statement showing item-wise estimates of expected revenue and anticipated expenditure during a fiscal year. Now, what is the importance of a budget? Today, every country aims at its economic growth to improve the living standard of its people. Besides, there are many other such problems such as poverty, unemployment, inequalities of income and wealth, etc. Government strives hard to solve these problems through budgetary measures. The budget shows the fiscal policy item and item-wise estimates of expenditure, discloses how much and what items the government is going to spend. Similarly, item-wise details of government receipts indicate the sources from where the government intends to get money to finance that expenditure. Hence, budget is the most important instrument in hand of the government to achieve their objectives. Now let us know the objectives of the budget. Activities to secure a reallocation of resources, redistributive activities, stabilizing activities, management of public enterprises. So we will discuss each objective in detail. First objective is activities to secure a reallocation of resources. Private enterprises always desire to allocate resources to those areas of production where profits are high. However, it is possible that such areas of production like production of alcohol may not promote a social welfare. Through its budgetary policy, the government of a country directs the allocation of resources in such a manner that there is a balance between the goals of profit maximization and social welfare. Production of goods which are injurious to health, for example cigarettes and whiskey, is discouraged. And how? Through heavy taxation. On the other hand, production of socially useful goods like electricity, khadi is encouraged through subsidies. So finally, government has to reallocate resources in accordance to social and economic considerations in case the free market fails to do so. Redistributive activities. Comprehensive exercise on the taxation and subsidies. A government uses fiscal instruments of taxation and a government reduces the inequality in distribution of income and wealth. It reduces income of the rich and raises the living standard of the poor. Expenditure on special anti-poverty and the living standard of the people. Expenditure on special anti-poverty and employment schemes. Public distribution system should be enforced so that only the poor could be food grains and other essential items at subsidized rates. So that only the poor could get food grains and other essential items at subsidized prices. Equitable distribution of income and wealth is a sign of social justice. Third objective is stabilizing activities. Free play of market forces or the forces of supply and demand are bound to generate trade cycles, also called business cycles. These refer to the phases of recession, depression, recovery, and boom in the economy. The government of a country is always committed to save the economy from business cycles. Budget is used as an important policy instrument to combat this situation of deflation and inflation. Economic stability leads to more investment and increases the rate of growth and development. Management of public enterprises. A government undertakes commercial activities like natural monopolies and which are established and managed for social welfare of the public. A natural monopoly is a situation where there are economies of scale over a large range of output. Industries which are potential natural monopolies are railways in a country. So as you can see, this classification of components of budget. So here you can see budget receipts, budget expenditure. Further, budget receipt is divided into revenue receipts, capital receipts. Further vertical classification is tax receipts, non-tax receipts. And capital receipts vertical classification is recovery of loans, borrowings, other liabilities, disinvestment. And budget expenditure classification is revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, and further divided into plan expenditure, non-plan expenditure, plan expenditure and non-plan expenditure. So budget has got two components, revenue budget and capital budget. So revenue budget contains both types of revenue receipts of the government, that is tax revenue and non-tax revenue, and the revenue expenditure. The revenue receipts, these are the receipts that neither create any liability nor reduction in assets of the government. It includes tax revenues like income tax, corporation tax, and non-tax revenue like fines and penalties, special assessment, ACIT, etc. Revenue expenditure, an expenditure that neither creates any assets nor causes reduction of liability, is called revenue expenditure. Now capital expenditure contains capital receipts and capital expenditure of the government. Capital receipts, government receipts that either create liabilities of payment of loan or reduce assets due to disinvestment, are called capital receipts. Capital receipts include items which are non-repetitive and non-routine in nature. Capital expenditure, this expenditure of the government either creates physical or financial assets or reduction of its liability. Acquisition of assets like land, machinery, equipment, its loans and advances to state governments, etc. are its examples. Now the budget receipts or the government receipts refer to the estimated receipts of the government from various sources during a fiscal year. It shows the sources from the government intends to get money to finance the expenditure, and the budget receipts are of two types, that is revenue receipts. Government receipts which neither create any liability of the government nor causes any reduction in the assets of the government are called revenue receipts. In revenue receipts, both the conditions should be satisfied. Revenue receipts include items which are repetitive and routine in nature, and they are divided further into tax revenue and non-tax revenue. Now what is tax revenue? Tax revenue refers to receipts from all kind of taxes such as income tax, corporate tax, excise duty, etc. A tax is a legally compulsory payment imposed by the government on income and profit of persons and companies without reference to any benefit. Taxes again are of two types, direct tax and indirect taxes. Now the new name for indirect taxes is goods and services tax, that is GST. Non-tax revenue. Non-tax revenue refers to government revenue from all sources other than taxes. These are income which the government gets by way of sale of goods and services rendered by different government departments. So now what are the components of the non-tax revenue? Commercial revenue, that is profit and interest. It is the revenue received by the government by selling the goods and services produced by the government agencies. For example, profit of the public sector units like railways, BHEL, LIC, etc. Government give loans to the state governments, union territories, private enterprises and to general public and earns interest receipts from these loans. It also includes interest, dividends on investments made by the government. Administrative revenue, the revenue that arises on account of the administrative function of the government. These includes fees. Fee refer to payment made by the government for the services that it renders to the citizens. Such services are generally in public interest and fees are paid by those who receive such services. For example, passport fees, court fees, school fees in the government schools. License fee. License fee is a payment to grant a permission by a government authority. For example, registration fee for an automobile. Fines and penalties for an infringement of a law, that is, they are imposed on law breakers. Forfeitures are in the form of penalties imposed by courts that a person needs to pay in the court of law for failing to comply with court orders. Escheat refers to the claim of the government on the property of a person who dies without having any legal heir or without leaving a will. External grants. Government receives financial help in the form of grants, gifts from foreign governments and international organizations like IMF, World Bank. Such grants and gifts are received during national crises such as earthquake, flood, war and COVID also. We can take one example because this is very important part. Now types of taxes. First tax is direct tax. When the liability to pay a tax or impact of tax and the burden of the tax, that is incidence of the tax, falls on the same person, it is termed as direct tax. A direct tax is paid directly by the same person on whom it has been levied. It means a tax in which impact and incidence of tax falls on the same persons, then it is termed as direct tax. In other words, burden of a direct tax is borne by the person on whom it is imposed, which means that burden cannot be shifted to others. Alternatively, the person from whom the tax is collected and is also the person who bears the ultimate burden of the tax, income tax and corporate tax are the most appropriate examples of the direct tax. Indirect tax. When a liability to pay a tax is on one person and the burden of the tax, that is incidence of a tax, falls on another person, it is termed as indirect tax. It means a tax in which impact and incidence of the tax lies on two different persons. Then it is termed as indirect tax. In other words, indirect taxes are the taxes of whose burden can be shifted to others. In case of an indirect tax, person first pays the tax, but he is able to transfer the burden of the tax to others. For instance, sales tax. is an indirect tax, because indirect tax is collected by the government from the sellers of the commodity, who in turn realizes the tax amount from the buyer by including it in the price of the commodity. Other examples of indirect taxes are excise duty, custom duty, entertainment tax, service tax, etc. So the new name which has been added to indirect tax is GST. Now, capital receipts. Government receipts that either creates liabilities of payment of loan or reduce assets are called capital receipts. In capital receipts, any one of the conditions must be satisfied. Capital receipts include items which are non-repetitive and non-routine in nature. The components are borrowing. Borrowings are made to meet the financial requirement of the country. A government may borrow money domestically, general public, by issuing the government bonds in the open market and from Reserve Bank of India. Externality, rest of the world, foreign government and international institutions. Recovery of loans and advances. Loans offered to others are assets of the government. It includes recovery of loans granted by the central government to state and union territory governments. It is a capital receipt because it reduces financial assets of the government. Disinvestment. A government raises funds from disinvestment also. Disinvestment means selling whole or a part of the shares, that is equity, of the selected public sector enterprises held by the government. As a result, government assets are reduced. Revenue and capital expenditure. Revenue expenditure, an expenditure that neither creates any assets nor causes any reduction of liability. In revenue expenditure, both the conditions should be satisfied. Examples of revenue expenditures are salaries of government employees, interest, payment on loans taken by the government, pensions, etc. Capital expenditure, an expenditure that either create assets for the government, equity or shares of the domestic, multinational corporations purchased by the government, or cause reduction in liabilities of the government, that is, repayment of loans reduces liability of the government. In capital expenditure, any one of the above conditions must be satisfied. Thus, it refers to expenditure that leads to creation of assets and reduction in liabilities. Such expenditure is incurred on long period development. A basic difference between capital expenditure and revenue expenditure is that capital expenditure is incurred on creation or acquisition of the assets, whereas the revenue expenditure is incurred on rendering services. For example, expenditure on construction of a hospital building is a capital expenditure, but expenditure on medicines, salaries of doctors, etc. for rendering their services to the hospital is revenue expenditure. In the next session, we are going to study budget deficit. Thank you.